Imagine you want to come and live in Switzerland and you need to find a perfect Swiss home. In this video, I travel to Switzerland to find out where is the best place to live and what is the perfect Swiss home. I asked the Swiss architect Patrick Simmen from Simmen Group to help me with this. I'm Santa, and together with my colleagues from Simmen Group, I recommend you the best places to live and invest in real estate in Switzerland. We visited a house in the canton of Schwyz that Patrick built, and its owner is pleased to live there. Please follow this link to watch a video about the house. Furthermore, Patrick answered my questions about where it is better to live in Switzerland and how to find the perfect Swiss home. We also discussed the differences of the Swiss lifestyle, architecture and construction. What is unique about house building and interior design in Switzerland?
Also die Besonderheit in der Schweiz ist sicher
House building in Switzerland is overregulated. In Switzerland there are rules for everything.
Wir haben hier enorme Anspruch an die Energie.
We are also obsessed with energy efficiency. Our windows, walls and roofs are fully insulated. Nearly every new home today is certified to the Minergie standard for energy efficiency.
In der Schweiz haben wir natürlich
Also, our engineering system and the house techniques are at the world's top. For example, heat pumps. Most houses are heated with the energy of the earth.
Wir kühlen im Sommer mit eigentlich auch der Erdwärme. Wir geben dann die Wärme.
In summer, we cool the houses with heat pumps by pumping warm air into the ground and taking away the cooled air. We use underfloor heating also for cooling or water cooling for the ceilings.
Das ist sicher die Besonderheit, dass
This, of course, makes the whole building process more complicated. For example, air conditioners are used abroad, affecting the quality of life. Some studies show that if you live in a house with air conditioning, life expectancy can be reduced.
Und man kann ein Haus kühlen.
Although there are technologies today on how you can cool your home without air conditioning.
Das ist sicher so die Besonderheit in der Schweiz.
This is the peculiarity of construction in Switzerland, where we use more sophisticated engineering systems and house techniques. Also, the requirements for energy saving are much higher than in other countries.
Aber ansonsten die Einrichtung, da folgen wir auch öfters den Italienern.
Otherwise, we follow Italian interior design trends and use many Italian materials in the finishes, such as the Minotti style.
Hier sind wir
In Switzerland, we don't invent anything. We use the best available in the world. Patrick, do you think it makes sense for other countries to use the Swiss know-how and build houses according to Swiss standards?
Also ich bin erstaunt, ich war sicherlich.
Yes, definitely. I'm always amazed at how much the Swiss approach is in demand. I have already been in Dubai 20 times and I have been in contact with many people. And of course, in Dubai, you also have to insulate your house well or use a cooling system for the flooring and ceiling instead of the usual air conditioners.
Es gibt doch sehr
Of course, it makes building more expensive, but there are enough wealthy people in Dubai who can invest extra in their health and quality of life. Where is the best place to live in Switzerland, in which canton and in which city?
Das fällt das unterschiedlich aus, oder? Die meisten, die natürlich
It's all very individual. But of course, many people are concerned about the taxes they will pay. And they choose the place with the lowest taxes.
in Orten zu wohnen, oder? Und da präsentiert sich natürlich Schwyz, Kanton
The
Schwyz.
canton of Schwyz, where we are now, is one of the most tax-friendly in Switzerland. We are in Nolen, whereas in Wollerau, Schindellegi and Freienbach, taxes are very low. So that is one of the main reasons why people choose the canton of Schwyz and live here.
Danach merkt man, dass es auch andere Qualitäten hat hier, oder? Also
Of course, there are also other advantages to living here. For example, there is sunshine from morning to evening and almost the maximum sunlight we can get here in Switzerland. We have great views of the lake and sunsets over Zurich.
In Zug das Gleiche.
It is the same in Zug or Nidwalden, where they have introduced a flat tax rate and can now compete with Monaco.
Also die haben jetzt extrem tiefe Steuern.
Foreigners, when they come to Switzerland, have certain expectations of what they want to see out of their window: mountains and lakes. In Nidwalden, they can afford a house like a postcard.
Hier genießt man dafür wieder die Nähe zu Zürich.
For some, it is important to be close to Zurich or a large airport. So for everyone in Switzerland you can find the perfect place. But there is probably no one perfect place for everyone. Patrick, what is your preference? Do you live in a flat or a house? In which canton?
30 Mal gezügelt, also
I have moved probably 33 times in my life. On average, I move every 6 months. You could say I live everywhere and nowhere. If I build a house like this, 6 months later, I get an offer to sell it at a good price. Then I move on.
Aktuell wohne ich am See im
Now I live in the canton of Zurich on Lake Pfäffikon in a flat that I built myself.
Da jemand gekommen ist und wir mein Haus abgekauft.
Fortunately, I sold my last house and it is almost impossible to find a perfect home on the market today, so I have to live in what I built myself. But I guess someone will soon buy this flat from me as well. What does it mean for you? The perfect Swiss house.
Das perfekte Schweizer Haus ist natürlich die Berücksichtigung.
The perfect Swiss house is when all the wishes and essential parameters are considered.
Die gute Einbindung ins Grundstück.
For example, the land plot, the size, the view, the orientation and the sun, the construction requirements, plus the client's wishes. And if all this is considered and packaged into the perfect product, it will be the perfect house. Is it worth building a house from scratch, or is it better to find something ready to move in?
Lohnt es sich auf jeden Fall ein eigenes Haus zu bauen.
Financially, it makes sense to build a new house in Switzerland.
Wenn man ein schönes Haus baut, ein funktionierendes.
It is always profitable if you build a lovely, well-functional house.
Die andere Frage ist öfters die Zeit, die man braucht, um ein Haus zu bauen.
But you have to consider the time to get a planning permit and build it. Then, if the neighbors don't like it, you will have to go to court in the first and second instance, go all the way to the Supreme Court. In Switzerland, it can take 3-4 years. This has never happened to me before, but anything is possible.
Die Familie wächst, die Bedürfnisse verändern
Plus, children grow up and your needs may change. So you get permission and the children decide to move out, you don't need such a big house anymore. In Switzerland, there is always the risk that the process from idea to realization and moving into a new house can take a long time. I always estimate 2.5 years or more. So from this point of view, we are losing time, the time of our lives while building the perfect house. Of course, if you can find the perfect house on the market, which is rare, you can buy it straight away, move in and enjoy life. How much does it cost to build a house in Switzerland? For example, the budget and premium ones.
Erfahrung kann ich die Frage relativ einfach beantworten. Also, wenn du ist natürlich
Based on my 25 years of experience in construction, I can answer this question immediately.
Von pauschal 200 Quadrat oder 400 Quadratmeter Haus ausgehen, dann
First, you need to decide on the size of the house. Let's say 400 square meters. Multiply by 6 and you get a volume of 2,400 cubic meters. This includes both the living space and the garage.
Ein Autosammler hat mit 20 Garage, dann ist es nicht der Faktor 6, dann ist es dann vielleicht Faktor 6.5 oder 7.
Of course, the house volume will be different if you need a 10-car garage or an outdoor light like here.
Weniger hohe Räume, aber im Schnitt kann man irgendwie
But on average, it is 2,400 cubic meters.
Und ein günstiges Haus fängt bei 1000 an. Die Preise
To build a budget house, you must calculate minimum 1,000 Swiss francs per cubic meter. Since the corona, prices have increased considerably, and materials, works and energy prices have increased. Therefore, it will be challenging to build cheaper.
Kubik mal 1000 heißt im Minimum ein schönes Haus, aber einfach.
So, to build a good house at a low cost, you need about 2,400,000 Swiss francs.
Das teuerste, was man bauen kann, liegt vielleicht bei 2000.
If you want to build a premium house, it will cost about 2,200 Swiss francs per cubic meter or about 5,200,000 for the house, including everything you need for luxury living.
Wie viel bezahlt man heute für ein...
And how much you will have to pay for the land?
Das ist natürlich auch ganz unterschiedlich, wenn man in den Steuern...
This is a good question, but there is no single answer. Imagine that if you want to buy a plot of land in a canton with low taxes, like here, or in a region with high demand, like Zurich. I know very little about Geneva, but if you want to buy an excellent plot on a lake, it will cost you about 7,000 to 10,000 Swiss francs per square meters. If you buy a plot just with a view and a good area, you have to pay about 5,000 to 6,000 Swiss francs per square meter. And after the pandemic, demand has only increased. Maybe it will change again in the future. And if you drive 15 minutes away from here, prices there are already about 1,000 Swiss francs per square meter.
Wie unterschiedlich sind...
Is there a difference in house preference between foreigners and Swiss? Firstly, foreigners want to buy a bigger house, especially if they have a big house in another country. In Switzerland, however, bigger houses are less common. Secondly, the height of the ceilings. People from Nordic countries or Eastern Europe are used to live in houses with ceilings 3 meters high or even higher. In Switzerland, this is also rare.
Und dann haben natürlich die Ausländer, die wollen immer ensuite.
Thirdly, foreigners prefer ensuite, where each bedroom has its own bathroom, which is very rare for the Swiss.
Also hier tun sich Expats schwer, also ihre gewohnten Produkte aus.
I have worked with international clients for many years and know their needs very well.
Internationalen Kunden arbeiten.
Still, for foreigners, it is usually difficult to find a suitable house in the real estate market in Switzerland. Simmen Group, experts for prestigious new buildings and renovations in Switzerland and abroad. In open-plan offices in Pfäffikon in Canton Schwyz, around 20 employees are active in the areas of architecture, interior design, specialized retail, landscape design, construction management, property brokerage and real estate investment. This one-stop shop concept is the group's brand feature and is unique in Switzerland. How many years does Simmen Group exist? Already 25 years. Everything I see here, materials from Italy, Spain and all over the world. How does it all come here in Switzerland? My original business idea was to be able to choose all the finishing materials in one place. So that you can put different materials on the table and decide on the color or on the texture. It is convenient for the client. You can choose all the finishing materials from natural stone, parquet, leather and fabrics to bathroom fixtures and furniture right here. You sit down at a table and select all the materials for your home. This saves time and guarantees that you get what you want in the end.
Ohne ist es wahrscheinlich viel teurer, weil normalerweise die Leute...
But that's probably more expensive. You can go to Italy, buy everything there and save money.
Die gehen natürlich nicht direkt nach Italien, oder? Sondern die
Usually, no one goes to Italy, but orders through a distributor.
Einigen Jahren haben angefangen...
We have been trying to get rid of all the intermediaries for years.
Schweiz, oder? Sondern unsere...
And we buy everything directly from the producers today.
Natursteinlieferant aus Türkei.
Natural stone from Turkey or Spain, parquet from Holland, furniture from Italy, Turkey or wherever, but always directly from the producer. Plus, I'm good at bargaining and we always have the best prices and discounts which I always share with my clients. So our clients buy from us, which costs them less than if they did it themselves. What is double check? Double check is necessary for everyone who buys a home or builds or does renovations and refurbishments. You provide me with plans and project documents, and I double check them and make recommendations for improvements. Double check is basically a second opinion for your home and project. When you do double check, can you also check the house costs and materials and suggest how you can save money? Yes, I get the plans and project documentation and see how it can be improved. However, I have done this at least 150 times and I have never been able to say that everything is perfect, although I would like to be so. And if I suggest improvements, I also recommend the best way to do it.
Wir zeichnen dann von Hand meistens relativ schnell, aber maßstabsgetreu.
For example, we draw new sketches by hand, do it quickly, and prepare new estimates if necessary for relatively little money.
Mehrfamilienhäuser gebaut, wollte bauen, habe ich doppelt gecheckt.
I recently gave a second opinion to an investor who would build 3 multifamily houses. We found an extra 120 square meters of living space because of an architect's mistake. So instead of 15 flats, we did 16, which was a good profit increase.
Die Kubatur von der Garage 800 Kubikmeter verringern können.
Or we have reduced the garage by 800 cubic meters and made it have 4 more parking spaces.
Nebenbei haben wir auch alle Grundrisse extrem optimiert.
All flat layouts have also been optimized. We made them more comfortable and added built-in wardrobes and a laundry area.
Und der Double-Check hat für die 3 mehr.
In the end, he paid 8,000 Swiss francs for the second opinion for 3 houses and made an extra profit of 1,200,000 Swiss francs.
Du machst das hier in der Schweiz. Wenn ich was bauen oder kaufen
Okay, you do all this here in Switzerland, but if I build or buy a house in the south of France, Spain, Monaco, Portugal, do I need a second opinion? Or are the building regulations very different there? I do it all over the world. There are cases where you don't need a second opinion because the house was initially poorly built. Nothing can help it anymore. It's better to start from the beginning. It is much more difficult, but also feasible. I usually do second opinions in the evenings and for properties worldwide. And all the time I have to optimize the layouts.
Gibt es irgendwie
Do you have any favorite countries? No. We do it all over the world.
Wir double-checken nicht nur Luxushäuser, wir double-checken auch.
Moreover, I do it not only for luxury properties, but also for rental houses. For example, if a rental flat is well planned, it will find a tenant immediately.
Wenn wenig Wechsel hat, wenig Ausfälle, wenn eine
Every landlord dreams of having good tenants who rent for the long term. This is easily achieved if you have a well-designed flat from the beginning.
Für private,
For private property owners, we make their homes and flats better and cozier so everything functions well. This improves their lives and helps them sell their property later more expensively. A well-functioning and well-built home always makes more profit in the end.
Gibt es eine Möglichkeit für ausländische Investoren auch in die Schweiz investieren?
Can foreigners in Switzerland invest in residential property or rental houses? Is this possible today?
Also wir haben in der Schweiz die Lex Koller.
In Switzerland, a law called Lex Koller restricts foreigners' right to invest in real estate.
Gewerbe und Industrie.
However, commercial real estate can be invested without restrictions. To invest in residential property, you must be a Swiss national or have a residence permit C or B.
Aber es gibt natürlich so Finanzprodukte, wie man das umgehen kann, oder? Oder sprich über einen Fonds.
There are also financial structures, such as listed companies, which allow foreigners to invest in Swiss residential property. Therefore, it is always possible to find a solution.
Also, ich will eine Immobilie in der Schweiz, ein Haus oder eine Wohnung in der Schweiz oder im Ausland kaufen.
So, I want to buy a property in Switzerland or abroad, a house or a flat, and I need a second opinion or double check to see how I can save on materials or furnishing. How can I contact you? In what language? You can always call me and discuss everything in German, English or French.
Aha. Und wenn es andere Sprachen sind, habe ich Mitarbeiter.
And my employees also speak Italian, Turkish, Slovakian and Russian.
Und wie lange dauert das?
And how long does it take to get a report, proposal or recommendation from you?
Dann schicke ich mir die Unterlagen, ich schaue die an, wenn ich sage, alles in Ordnung, kostet
Send me the materials and I will study everything, and if nothing is wrong, it does not cost you anything.
Immobilie, die gut genug war, fand ich.
However, if I see any opportunities for improvement, and there always are, I have never seen an architect who can take absolutely everything into account. You will get a detailed response from me within a
Wenn man
week.
hier was kauft, wenn man das auf...
Even when buying a ready-to-move house in Switzerland, you can contact me and I will help you check the technical aspects and documents related to the land and the planning.
Durch meine Selbstständigkeit weiß ich auch vieles über Gesetze. Ja.
As I have been doing this for so many years, I often know more than lawyers regarding real estate and construction.
Und ich sage ihm...
So I will always help you sort it out so you don't buy a cat in a poke.
So now you know the secret. If you want to buy or build a perfect Swiss home, and not only in Switzerland but also in other countries, you can always contact Simmen Group and get the most comprehensive advice on real estate, architecture, interior design. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write in the comments. Patrick and me will be happily answer them. And please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you won't miss anything exciting in the future. That's it for today, and I look forward to welcoming you in your perfect Swiss home.